Hello, everyone. Welcome to Development Palates. I am Aaron Loomis, and with me today is John McTavish. How you doing, John?
I'm doing all right. How you doing this week?
Doing pretty good.
Good.
So today we are talking about the Diplomático by Mombacho Robusto. Cigar is 5-inch by 50 ring gauge, comes out of the Casa Favili factory in Nicaragua. The wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano, binder and filter both from Nicaragua, blended by Claudio Segroy. Price point is $12.95. Cigar was released in December of 2019. So with all that out of the way, John, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
It was pretty good. And I have to just kind of lead up and say I was a bit surprised because my experience with collaboration cigars, whether that's a collaboration with a distillery, or whether it's collaboration with another company, the vast majority of those collaborations do not produce a good product. They produce an average product, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they don't produce a good product. This one surprised me. I found the flavor profile to be not strictly Mombacho, and the components were definitely outside of their wheelhouse of what I typically get from them. So I would describe overall this as being quite desserty. That is cocoa, citrusy, obviously that sort of sour funk that you get that's kind of their trademark about halfway through the cigar is still there, but all the flavors that surround it, all the flavors that support it, it's a lot more desserty. And overall, I think consistent from start to finish, which is kind of a pleasant surprise. You'd think it'd be a common thing, but in the last year, cigars that are consistently good from start to finish are pretty rare. I did have a couple touch-ups that were required, which is unusual for Mombacho. I usually don't have burn issues, so I'm not sure if it's just this particular cigar or the environment I'm smoking it in. The draw itself was perfect, so overall, pretty good experience for me. What about you?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with cedar and a floral note. Fairly quickly, some black pepper joined in, a little mustiness later on. Second, third saw some char join, and near the end of the second third, the pepper left, and then the char dropped out in the final third. I think along with you, for me, construction was so-so. Burn was quite annoying. The cigar always wanted to go out. Strength was slightly above medium the whole way. Flavor profile was pretty nice. Core cedar floral notes, black pepper, some mustiness. In the second third, saw some of those components start to drop out, and the final third was just kind of a musty cedar and light floral note. And I know a floral note can kind of be polarizing to some people, but it's something that I enjoy. So I thought it was a nice presentation for the
That's because you're wrong.
yeah. So
Floral notes in cigars are disgusting.
no, I thought it was a nice. This is not a Mombacho cigar that I'm used to, so it was
Yeah, it's very unusual for them.
definitely interesting. Um, I'd have no problem returning to this cigar. I really like to pair it with the rum. I mean,
Mm,
I have the rum, I had the cigar, I just couldn't put them together for the review. So,
same Z's. I've actually
you know,
got several bottles of Diplomático. It's
yeah.
one of my go-tos for, especially for cigar pairing. So,
So I would love to do a pairing with them to see what that's like. But that being said, this is a cigar that does not require a pairing. It can stand on its own. It's
and
not.
isn't that nice when you don't
Yes.
have to rely on I don't want to say crutch, but that's where my head goes, is a
Right.
crutch to prop up the cigar. And yeah, it's so nice that it can stand on its own, even though, like you said, I desperately wanted to drop a cube in a glass and have some
Yeah, I
Diplomatico.
mean, if you make a cigar designed for pairing, you really don't have to make a good cigar because nobody's going to be able to taste the true essence of the cigar because the spirit or whatever you're drinking is likely going to run over the cigar anyway. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
um, I'd love to smoke more of these. I just hope the construction is better. You know, I had to, fight the cigar a bit on the burn. But the flavors were still good. So if I didn't have to deal with that, I wonder if the flavors would even be more elevated. So, um, I, I was a bit surprised by the cigar. And it was in a good way. So that was nice to see. So getting the scores, start at the top with you, John, at 6.97. I gave it a 6.12. How do you think that 6.97 matched up for you?
Wow, that's not you don't see those scores a lot this year. So I guess I'm surprised, but at the same time, I shouldn't be because, like I said, it was good from start to finish with decent construction and a great draw. And that's the kind of thing that rewards a cigar with the high sixes. I am surprised to see you in the low sixes. I kind of, would have expected you to be in the maybe mid to high fives.
Mhm.
So to me, that kind of says that this cigar is probably going to have a lot of broad appeal to even people who aren't maybe used to smoking Mombacho cigars, whether they're pairing it or not. I think
Right.
approachable is the word that I would use to describe the experience.
Yeah, my score matches up well, and the reason that the score is in the low sixes is just due to construction.
Makes
I mean,
sense.
I had issues with the draw. I had issues with the burn. Otherwise, I'd be kind of
Mid sixes.
slightly above the mid sixes. Yeah. So that would have been a very good cigar for me this year. But I enjoyed the cigar. I just, going through the 2019 releases, it was just kind of like a continuous, like on repeat on a record, just like going the same thing. Like first third's good, second third's average, maybe final third's average if it doesn't go subpar. But this was a nice cigar. It was just a shame that the construction just couldn't stand up and handle it. But
Well, I'm happy to give it another go, and hopefully
yeah,
the newer versions, the newer market releases of this have better construction. And yeah,
exactly. Yep.
hands down.
All right. If you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. But also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts. So iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Mombacho!